everyone. Welcome to music class. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Mrs. Ibis, and it's pronounced Ibis. We don't say it like it looks because the letters that are actually used to spell my last name are from the Turkish alphabet. The B is the same, but the I with the dots says E, and S with a little squiggle on the bottom of it is like the sh sound. My husband is from Turkey, and so our last name is Turkish. You can see Turkey highlighted on this map on the right, and where you see the red rectangle on the left, that's pretty close to where Arkansas is. Turkey is one of the only countries in the world that has cultures from 3 different regions, and this country actually sits on 2 continents. It's both in the European continent and the Asian continent. This is my family, my mom, my husband, my 2 nieces. My oldest son, Dawson, is in the wheelchair, and the youngest, Aaron, is wearing a black suit jacket. Dawson loves to play with anything that plays the alphabet back to him, and he uses a wheelchair as his mobility device. He's an adult now, and he lives in Conway. My son, Aaron, loves to fish, play basketball, and all things fashion. He especially loves shoes. He's 14 and goes to Bryant Junior High School. He's in the 9th grade. This is my husband, Mr. Ibis. One of the things that I'm most proud of him for is becoming a U.S. citizen. He moved from Turkey when he was about 30 years old, and it took him a long time to actually become a United States citizen. That's Aaron when he was a few years younger, as we celebrated at his ceremony. This is my dog, Holly, when she was a puppy. Wasn't she cute? And as a 7-year-old self. Can you see the naughtiness in her eyes? She loves to tear up toys. She loves to eat. Especially she loves to steal butter off of the counter and anything pizza. One time she ate an entire Little Caesars pepperoni pizza off the counter. Here are some of my favorite things. I love to bake and have friends over. I love to spend time with my friends, especially out on the water. I love to read, and I love a nice warm beverage. I'm a fan of tea and coffee. I love to sit by fires, and I love to travel with my family. This is a picture I took with my youngest son, Aaron, and my 2 nephews when we went to visit Yellowstone National Park several years ago. I enjoy doing art. This is one of the acrylic paintings that I painted, as well as a clay sculpture. And there's a picture of me on the left drawing a scene from Christmas. And I love working with children. This is one of the children's choirs that I got to work with several summers ago, and the children's choir that I had just this last year at the church that I left, Second Presbyterian. Let's talk for a few minutes about my expectations of what we're going to do in our music class so that we can have the most fun possible when you're here with me. 1, we're going to move in our own spaces. So the first expectation is move in your own space. 2, I want you to use your imagination. It's important to be creative in music. Don't just copy what you hear others doing, but use your imagination. We're going to speak kindly in this class. Sometimes we'll have the opportunity to critique one another's work and our own work. It's always important to remember how you make people feel when you speak and how you would want others to talk to you. So number 3 is speak kindly. 4, instruments must be treated with respect. You're going to have the opportunity to play all kinds of instruments in this music class, from drums and triangles and boomwhackers to hand chimes, which is probably an instrument you haven't gotten to see before. We're going to have a lot of fun making music together, but because it's important that every child have the opportunity to play these instruments, they have to be treated with respect. and taken care of. So number 4 is instruments must be treated with respect. And 5, choose your best behavior. That's right. How you do in music class is completely up to you. You have the choice on how you want to participate. Are you going to come and bring your best? Or are you going to choose alternatives? Because there's consequences for both. Let's talk about music rewards. When you're making good choices, I have stickers. Occasionally, I bring out sweet treats. Sometimes you'll get the opportunity to sing a solo or have a special speaking part just on your own. And you'll definitely have one happy music teacher. But sometimes when we're not making our best choices in music class, we have to have other kinds of consequences. The first thing that I'll do is give you a verbal warning, and you only get one. I'll say something like, "Hey Sarah," or "Hey Johnny." Please make sure you're doing what I've asked you to do. One verbal warning is what you'll get with me before we move on to number 2. Number 2, if there is a daily reward to be had and you're making poor choices, your consequence will be that you don't get to have the daily reward. It'll be put away for another time where you get to try again. Number 3, you'll spend some time in the observation chair. The observation chair is a place for you to sit quietly, gather and collect your thoughts, bring your behavior back to a place where it's going to work in the group dynamic, and focus yourself to learn. I have things like a bubble timer to help you keep track of how much time you'll spend in the observation chair. Number 4, if we get to the 4th consequence, you're going to be taking homework home. It's writing for a grade. I might give you a sentence or I might give you a paragraph, and I'll ask that you fill the page with that sentence or paragraph and return your written paper for a letter grade the following day. This must be signed by one of your parents or guardians, the adult person whom you live with, and it will be returned the following day. If you do not return your paper, it will be a full letter grade off of your music grade. That just seems silly and wasteful, right? Lastly, if we're in our 5th time for me to call attention to your choices in one class, I'm going to have to call home to your guardian and have a conversation with them about the choices and behaviors you're showing in music class. I hope we never get to that place, but if we do, you'll know what's coming. It's all up to you. Are we going to have a good time and play, make music, learn, explore, and create? Or will you be making other choices? I hope you choose the green, smiley, happy face because I'm looking forward to spending all kinds of time creating and making great music with you. One of the last things I want to share with you in this video is our music journaling. Every day you'll write in your music journal that you come to class. I'll have some kind of prompt to help guide you. Sometimes we'll be listening to some listening example. Sometimes I'll just allow you to freely write. Sometimes I'll allow you to ask questions. Please know that every journal entry is graded. This is the primary way you'll receive grades in music class. So 1, remember, your journal entries are graded. 2, they are weekly, meaning every time you come to music class, we will take out our music journals. The most important thing I want you to know, number 3, is that there are no wrong answers in your music journal. There are no bad questions and there are no wrong answers. So you're not getting graded on the information that you put down, but how you're choosing to participate. I'm sure you're all going to do great, and this is going to be an easy way for you to get a great grade in your music class. On the front of your journals, we're going to need to put your name and your music number. That's the number that we just assigned you where you're sitting on your riser. So you might want to check now if you don't remember what your riser number is, because your riser number is actually your music number, and it's the same number that's going to go on your journal. Let's go ahead and do that now. I'm really excited to get started with you. Let's go.